Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching my Rethink and Develop 100 Days. So Rethink and Develop starts with R&D 100 Days starts with Rethink followed by Develop. And today we are going to continue talking about health and it's day 37, 26th of June. And today we're going to talk about um, developing health. So first off, we remember when I talked about the six, right? Well, we are going to start off with the daily meal, right? We need to decide what the components of the daily meal are. Okay. First, there is a starting point that we need to think about. Okay. I keep demonizing the carbs here, but where does it come from? We cannot we cannot avoid the carbs in entirely, right? And it mainly comes from like the vegetable and the vegetable, the fruits, and some of the protein, right? Yes, we have to eat it, but that pretty much the list ends there, right? We have the processed carbs like sugar and cookies and bread and even whole grain bread, right? No matter how healthy people tell you, it's still not good. So we're still not supposed to eat that, right? Um, that's the only acceptable ones because the others they just change to sugar, right? Um, so the other people eat the protein for nutrition. So how much protein should we eat? Do we know the answer to that? So at this time, we should know everyone's health status and choose the quantity for protein, right? Like I said, you can't just copy people and people's like health status, right? Because it's just not going to work well, right? It's not, you cannot have a one size fits all model, okay? Um, so at this time, we should know everybody's health status and the protein policy kind of for each person, right? So the vegetable part, the general rule for that, I think even I know it's not one size fits all, but the general rule is that it should not be it should be more than one half of your nutritional intake and your daily meals for the day, right? No matter how many meals that is, your vegetable component must be more than half of that, right? Um, and then your six parts, for example, right? The six parts we talked about. Which part should you start from, right? Your daily meal or nutritional supplement, right? Um, Whatever of these six parts that you choose to start out from are to build your nutritional frame, and that these six parts you should be able to yourself start from these six parts, right? Because some people might think that we have the daily already done, right? Um, and then if we have the daily done, if the daily meal done, then maybe you can start from fitness, right? Um, However, we should be able to start. We should be able and we should be confident in starting from it. Okay. So if any meal is if my meal plan is good already, then I need to audit and identify it. Now, what does the term auditing mean? So to audit it means to go through my current plan and go through the results and find out where things worked and where things did not work. Right? It's like in finance, you account things. Do these things match up? Right? Like I said, the vegetable rule. Right? Are my vegetables matching up, right? Are they more than half of my daily nutritional supplement, right? I need to audit and identify it, and I should be able to begin from there, right? If I begin from the second part, which I said, it is the nutritional um, supplement, right? What is it related to? Right? What is my nutritional supplement related to? Because we know that too much of a good thing is a bad thing, right? You eat too much meat and proteins, well, you're gonna get gout, right? You eat too much sugar, well, we don't really need to talk about that anymore, right? You eat too much vegetables, they could deprive you of nutrients from other areas. So in the nutritional supplement, right? How many supplements should you take, right? And we need to know that, right? How many supplements should we take? What is it related to? What are my goals for it, right? It has too much of a good thing is a bad thing, and one is depend on yourself or depend on a consultant of some sort to audit it, right? Um, Whichever parts you choose, for example, training, right? What's it for? Is it for to lose fat? You need to ask yourself to begin from there, right? To start from there. Some people say you need to walk 10,000 steps, right? But do we consider like the risks of walking uh 10,000 steps, right? Is it exactly a the most healthy thing to do? So yeah, it's pretty healthy, I think. But some people, might their muscles might not support it, right? Their heart might not support it, right? So we cannot really just say um, that the proper way is X, Y, and Z for that, right? Is it just for big muscles, right? Or no? Or these six parts combine the ecosystem of the six parts. It is hard to discipline yourself if you don't have a ecosystem, right? For example, at work, right? I have an internship right now. I go to work and I go to work on time. Why? Because I choose to be part of that ecosystem. I choose to put effort into my work, right? So, um, and so is it just for, so, but if I get out of that ecosystem, let's say like I stop caring about, I'm not in that ecosystem, then I might just consider me to just be late all the time and just not care about my work, right? So it's hard to discipline if no ecosystem, right? It's important to use and build an ecosystem, right? These six parts are making your organic immune system an ecosystem, right? If not in this um, ecosystem, then what is it in, right? Then it is in the medical doctor, right? The health doesn't really belong to you. The other point is, if I start and create an eco from the fitness, I can make it to a square or triangle. So does that eco belong to yourself or someone else? Or are you creating your own ecosystem, right? Make sure it belongs to yourself and not belong to that of like a doctor or the medical system or the insurance, okay? That's pretty much all for today. I'll see you tomorrow for a faith day.